Alright, let's go and play some more City Skylines. We're going to play this for at least, I'd say, another hour. Subscribers, I have just emailed you with the passwords we will be using for the Smite multiplayer component for our live stream. So make sure to check your... It should ultimately hit your email, but it might be in your Twitch messages. Also, it's entirely possible that it might get stuck in your spam or other folder on Twitch, so make sure to check that. I will, for any last-minute subscribers, I will try to resend it before we get started. But there we have it. And we might do one of the... We might do a free-for-all Smite game as well for just anyone who's watching, but subscribers will start to get the priority. We'll definitely play at least one subscriber-only one. We'll see exactly what kind of demand there is for that. Alright, so I'm still happy by how much things are flowing over here. And businesses keep popping up, and then they sort of don't have enough employees, so there's that. But this area over here, I did zone it, right? Yep, I did. And it's got healthcare, mostly. Fire, this. It's got death care as well. I guess that was the death care screen. Let's go ahead and drop one of those down there. Healthcare is fine. Garbage is fine. We can go ahead and maybe plop down a couple of parks here. Get that going. And hopefully people will move in. Ooh, look at this. Some trucks are using this as a shortcut. Now, I could ban heavy traffic here. I mean, some people will still use this as a shortcut. What? Where the hell are you going? Some of these guys might have just been confused by an intersection. I won't freak out about this quite yet. There we go, and some houses are starting to pop in here. Lovely. As soon as the houses are all in here, we can actually get rid of one of these power lines. And then zone some more. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Battlefield Heroes. Oh, maybe one day. I'm actually going to move this power line. Still need that. Let me get this going here, like that. Because then I can right away start getting rid of this bad boy. And then, yeah, soon all this will be connected. They're kind of coming in a derpy kind of way. Let me get maybe a little Paradox Plaza. I think the Paradox Plaza... Oh, what's this? Japanese Garden! Oh, right! Someone sent me this, a code for it, but apparently a lot of people didn't get their code properly, so now I think everyone's getting one for free. Everyone's got the Japanese Garden. Whoa! 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 Creeper attack. Let me check on that in a second here. Do we have zoning here? Yeah, so eventually this will fill out as well. Who dat? Coltane Crows! Hey! Since you got in the oil business, you should have some Norwegian oil money to help you get started. Right. Yeah, just like Canadian oil sands. Good, clean stuff, except not. It's like, oh, it hurts me that, like, Canada's become this big polluter with these oil sands. Yeah, well. No one's perfect. So what I kind of like here is we actually, this rail could easily be extended through here onto this other island. As long as we don't build, you know, too many fixed structures over here. Once these power lines get moved again. So we'll be making little adjustments to that, but that's actually quite cool. Maybe we want to do that now. Let's do that now. So we still have this power line here, so okay, I can go ahead and get rid of this one. That is not actually accurate. Okay, I guess we'll just put this thing back. Is that connected? Yes, good, okay. Straight rail tool. Oh yeah, the snapping's not really going to matter one way or another. Oh, let's page up as well. And maybe turn our screen ever so slightly. Tell you what, let me start the rail over here. There we go. So we get it nice and happy and then connect that way. Alright, I like that. I like that very much. And now we can turn the snapping back on. So we get some nice 90-degree corners. Come across here. And then we're just going to leave that there. I haven't figured out exactly where we're going to want to connect it over here, but we will want that. Hey, Warm Blood! Thanks for the tip. You're gonna... Yes, that's right. Money must be spent on booze. And so you sent it to me so I can buy alcohol. That's one of the things. My throat kind of messed up the last couple of days. I've made sure to abstain. I thought, oh, maybe that's it. Apparently it wasn't it. Maybe it's possible. We got a couple of people that might be sick in the house, so there may have been a little bit of a something there. But I am through the worst of it, and I'm continuing to make sure to hydrate, and taking plenty of honey as well. You know, I don't know if it helps, but it sure tastes good. We can get rid of this, actually, because there's buildings here now, which is going to be lovely. Do we have zoning here? We do, so ultimately that will become zoned. All right, good. People are moving in here. Should be some extra workers. And as we have learned, even if it doesn't look like there's much of a residential demand, if you build an area and it's pretty enough, people will move in. I like the idea of continuing this road that way. Yeah, it might create a little bit more traffic there, but it looks nice. Still have quite a bit of commercial demand. What I want to do here is, I don't want this intersection here, but I do want to create a guide road like that, and then I want to get rid of this. And then again, this is mostly sort of guide grid that I'm putting down. That road's not going to accomplish much. Get rid of that. Drag this way, and then go back to this one, and find a way to make it connect, and be happy. What we're going to do is get a shopping district down here where it's not going to be too loud. Let's dezone this stuff right by the rail. And as well as anything over here. We want it... What? Oops, wrong button. Just dezone, because there are some residential bits over here which I don't think would be well served by being next to the railroad station. Hey, Alien Tone, thanks for the sub. There we are, a little bit of that. Actually, let's just dezone that one. Put in a bit of office instead. And again, just a little office. We don't have that much industrial demand. But just nice thing to use as a buffer from the commercial areas. So once these buildings come in, we can get rid of these power lines, and we'll have to adjust the zoning a tiny bit, but we'll see how it goes. Venish rocks heavy metals. You know, I think this avenue is going to want to continue here. So this structure is going to have to change at some point as well. So we're going to want to drive through here to over to the rest of Snox 91 oil field. Plus we've got this area over here. But let's work on getting our residential continuing to kick in. We'll get some more industrial demand at that point. Kitsune Ichiban, thanks for the sub. I think this would be could be a very pretty residential area. So I think that's what we'll use that for. I would maybe want to continue here, but I don't want to create another intersection. I suppose what I could do is come off of here to down here. That might be alright. Let's use the basic road for now. Come off at a bit of an angle. Like that. Anyway, I'll make the connection now, and then I'll go and make it a better corner. There we go. So if I bulldoze these two bits, then I can come in and make it a nice curved connection over here. come I can't? There it is. Like, it wasn't snapping for some reason. This area is big enough that we're going to need quite a bit of avenue. I don't think we want one avenue. I think what I'm going to do... We could do one-ways and things, but I'm going to try to... wouldn't be a bad idea, would it? We could have 2 one-way avenues or just 2 normal avenues. I'll use 2 normal avenues and we'll see how it goes. Using the curvy tool, so this is not going to be greedy. And then at some point it'll sort of just become 1. Then we run out of zone. Oh, that's a tip that came in. Let's go and check on that in a second. Now, residential areas are not super heavy trafficy, so I think we'll be okay with, you know, sort of a simplest sort of ladder structure between these 2 things. There. You know, something like this. We'll fill that in later. Now, what we haven't done is provided mass transit over here, and maybe that's actually something that'll be quite important to do. So before I do that, let me go ahead and get rid of that and that, because we are going to extend this. It's a lot of extra intersections, but we'll have to deal with it. Like that. What about the rail? But do we really want this? Because I think we're limited in the type of intersections we can make on bridges. I suppose we could do this sort of thing. That's not so bad. So I wanted to do the roads before I did the metro. Just because this bit might change, but as long as we've got it sort of placed reasonably over here. Let's go with 1 and... 2 should be decent reach, and then here, just missed the sub, didn't I? Envy Roars, thanks for the sub. One of those, and here, and here. Oh my god, in this whole area. It takes a lot of time to do all the public transit. And drop some buses in here as well. The more coverage, the more people get happy. Even though it's like slightly redundant, but maybe some people are afraid of subways. I don't know, what the hell? Let's do one of those. Let's get a bit of a loop going on here. Yay, happy faces. I guess I don't have to pause. Not doing anything destructive right now, so... Alright, let's get a tunnel that goes there. Whee! Alright. Don't slope to steep me. Slope to sleep. Let's get a bit of a local loop going around here. Whoa! Okay, creeper explosion. Check on that in 1 second. Let me click, click, click. All right. Okay, we have to connect this to the rest of the network. Soda Cycle. You've entertained me for over a year. Small donation, show my appreciation. Don't drink it all at once. Thanks, Soda Cycle. I definitely recognize your name as well. Have we not named maybe a dwarf after you? I feel like that sort of thing might have happened. I feel like I've seen that name in one of my games. Boom. All right. Okay, a little mass transit over here. That's good. How's my power generation? Is decent. Water availability could use a bit more. Gotta be a little bit worried about exactly where we put this stuff because there could be some pollution. Here, we'll grab some water next to the nuclear power plant over here. I'm sure that's going to be fine. I don't believe the nuclear power plant pollutes water. No. So we're going to be okay. Okay, water availability is good. I don't think we've got We may not have enough incinerators over here. You know what? I can tuck an incinerator on this island here. It might flow off to a few things, but not much. It's got water. It doesn't need power since it generates its own, but it would be a good idea if it was feeding power back into the grid. So let's go and do one of those. We can put lots of incinerators in this little spit of land. It might have a bit of an awkward time coming in and out, but so far so good. Let's say combustion plant. They are putting out some trucks. I didn't see any leave, but they do have 2 in use. Only 2. Not operating. Oh, not operating because there's no garbage here yet. That's why. It'll only produce electricity if it actually has garbage in its stockpile. Why is it only using 2 trucks? Is there really not that much garbage out there? I mean, we do have way more incineration than we actually need for our current garbage. So maybe we're okay. We'll see how it goes. Alright, traffic here is tolerable. Here we are fine, although it's still being used, which is nice. Metro station's not electrified yet, but it will be. Just have to wait for, you know, more people to move into the industry. I mean, I could run a line out there, I suppose. I don't think it's required. Still mostly just need more and more people. Get rid of these power lines. Because this is all interconnected. Actually, all of this as well can go. And we still have a power connection, which means... no, this is needed to bring power to this island right now. So we'll revisit that. But means I can go and fill in some of these extra bits where the power lines were running. The housing, and a little commercial over there, and there. And this is a little on the derpy side. Not at all what we're looking for. Like that. Who did I miss? Sverer. Thank you very much for subscribing. And I'll try to send out those game passwords one more time for all the last-minute subscribers, so we can play some Smite, which I'm terrible at. Letting everyone know it's going to be awful, and therefore awesome, but awful, but awesome. All right. Just for the sake of argument. Oh, I can't quite connect it there. All right, fine, we'll do that. We'll have to de-zone it after, but it's kind of bothering me that it's been de-zoned for so long. How are you for accessibility? You've got garbage, fire, police, oh, that's fire, health, derp. Both kinds of health. Yeah. Technically, we could do some death care coverage over here, and we may as well put it down. Never hurts to have a few more hearses. You're okay. You're okay. You don't have any schooling. I mean, I could put, I can put some parks over there, but I'm not sure that parks help industry. I mean, it shows that they have access or not, but I don't know if it actually makes a difference. It affects their land value. I guess that's a thing. A Japanese garden next to the hospital there. And down there. You get a Japanese garden. You get a Japanese garden. Everybody gets a Japanese garden. There we are. And yeah, I think we tested that pretty visibly last time, in that parks didn't seem to affect industrial zone quality. I was pretty sure we had determined that. Yeah, educate more citizens. We should probably want another university. Technically, we have enough capacity, but the range is pretty high. I mean, I don't know if people actually have to reach places. And the university doesn't reach out here. Or up there, in fact. University it is. It's going to cost, but that's okay. Warmonger says, spam pedestrian paths. Also, you can create raised pedestrian paths across water. Yes, that is true. And I have to make a more pedestrian-centric city at some point. But today may not be that day. Bit of a bypass there. I'm hoping trains aren't really being bottlenecked anywhere. Looks like... no, looks like they're flowing just fine. Right, I could always put this train station back at some point, which I think was maybe the idea was to... Probably another cargo one, maybe to help more commercial stuff going on. Could be a passenger one, of course. There's lots of things it could be. Might just leave it there for now. Katy Cat Industrial Park over here, where traffic is flowing relatively decently. Realize it's got this silly little road, but it was to avoid people using too many shortcuts here. That is, yeah, that's pretty backed up. A lot of, oh, it's people freaking, goddamn. Actually, where are you coming from? Did you leave town? Like, how did a hatchback end up on this road? How did one of my people in a hatchback end up here? I really need to know. They live here. They're going to the university. Maybe they're people who are moving into town. That's possible, but they're also like not using these lanes very efficiently. Why aren't they coming this way? Like, what's so great about this? I don't understand. But fine. I'll give in and give you multiple lanes here so that hopefully you'll diverge a little bit sooner. Really don't want to have to give in to this, but apparently we're going to have to a little bit. Got a message from Essentia here. I forgot to specialize my industrial zone. This one is specialized, isn't it? No, I have it zoned, but I don't have it specialized. Thank you. You are now oil. Be oil. Also, okay, the giveaway is apparently happening. If you check the chat, if you're not watching the chat, the giveaway for the city's Skylines Deluxe Edition Steam key is happening. Apparently the phrase to type is Venish Rocks. Type Venish Rocks and you will be entered into the draw for a City Skyline key, courtesy of Fox. What's your number? 831? 813. Damn, I'm so close. Courtesy of Fox 813. Essentia's taking care of that. Hopefully the key works properly and everything is groovy with it. Okay, lots of commercial demand, as per usual. Increase land value. Oh, okay. All right, so a bit of a demand for that. How's your accessibility? It's actually, it's not superbly high. We do this, we'll get a little bit more overlapping land value. I mean, it's only got a smallish radius. I tend to spam the bigger parks because I think they're a lot more cost efficient. But I gotta say, like, it's, you know, it's pretty. Let's go get one of these in here. Space already occupied by what? Oh, by a subway bit. There we go. Ah, there we go. Much, much bluer. Very nice. Let's get a Japanese garden over here. And maybe a small park next to that other garden. And we can fill in these bits over here. There we go. Population is growing relatively nicely. Is this even connected to anything? No. How are you getting power then? Oh, from over here. Alright, that's fine. Straight line. Bit of a space, bit of a gap, but that's okay.